Imagine you get picked on quite a lot as a kid throughout elementary school, in middle school. You know, elementary school kids and middle schoolers can definitely be mean. Pretty sure most of us have been there. Then you get to high school, and hopefully it's a little bit better because people are growing up, hormones are changing, but there still is a lot of drama because it's high school. You go to college, hopefully more of that has died down. Let's hope. But then you're finally almost done with your education. You're excited. You have a corporate job. You're ready to walk into the real world. You're excited that there won't be that drama factor, and you're ready to just start your life. You walk into the first day and you notice that it's exactly the same as high school and middle school and elementary school, except the only difference is everybody is a full-grown adult, and that should not be happening. Hi, my name is Abby Grace Fraley, and I am a victim of bullying. I had a bullying experience when I was younger, and it completely shaped me to be who I am today, and I was able to use that experience for my good, but it certainly was not fun. I'm going to talk to you guys about what workplace bullying is, how you can heal from it, and intervene it. So, that leads me to my first point. What is workplace bullying? Workplace bullying is kind of hard to define because even through my research, there isn't one definition that comes to mind. According to Bullies in the Workplace, a database webbook I used for my research, there is not one consensus on what workplace bullying is. It's hard to define because it's a bunch of adults bullying people. It's very hard to put a definition on that, but a very common thing that I learned about in this source was they more likely call it mobbing, which is really just where a person who is singled out in a group. Now that we know what workplace bullying is, or mobbing for a lack of better terms, that leads me to my second point, which is how can we heal from it? You cannot heal from anything in your life, let alone bullying, if you do not acknowledge and accept that it happened to you. That can be a very hard thing. It was hard for me to accept my bullying experience happened to me because I consider myself to be a very strong-willed individual, but it happened, and once I began to accept it and acknowledge it, I was able to move forward. Obviously, we want to try and make sure nobody is being bullied, so let's talk about how to intervene. There are multiple ways you can intervene, and in Dysfunctional Library, Challenges and Solutions, Workplace Relationships, that's a book that I used for my research. They recommended multiple ways of how to handle conflict management, but 3 really stood out to me. The first one is recognize people's emotions and how they're impacting the conflict management, and if necessary, provide cool down periods so that people can come to a better agreement. Obviously, when emotions are heightened, we kind of lose sight of the big picture sometimes, so make sure that you do that. Number 2, remain open and flexible and encourage that to everybody involved in the conflict management. You cannot come to a resolution if people aren't willing to. And lastly, the last thing that stuck out to me was you have to be proactive. Do not let conflict fester. You cannot allow things to continue to happen and brush them under the rug because it causes much more harmful, bigger cases of bullying and much more long-term damage. Lastly, if you are affected by any type of bullying, there are so many ways that you can find resources. Number 1, I would probably recommend therapy. Therapy works for a lot of people. Some people are anti-therapy, but some people it really does work for. You have to just find what best works for you. If you can't afford therapy or therapy isn't an option for you, you could always try to talk to trusted family and friends. That always helps me. That's how I got through my experience. But again, like I said, everybody is different. And lastly, something I think we should all be doing, regardless of if we're bullied or not, is investing into our own self and our self-interest and our self-worth, whether that's going to the gym, whether that's writing books or novels for you, if that's drawing, if that's working out, if that's swimming, whatever hobbies you do to empower you as a person and uplift your self-worth is really important. So make sure you're doing that if you have experienced bullying. This brings me to my last thing. Bullying is hard. Getting bullied is hard. You can always change it for the good if you redefine your experience. That's what I had to do, is look at it as a good thing because it's helped me grow. But regardless, bullying is hard if you go through it, and I'm sorry if you've ever been through it. It's very important to remember to know what bullying is so that you can identify it and help somebody else if they're in that situation. Also, it's important to know how to heal so you can help yourself or someone else. And again, help yourself or someone else. Make sure you know how to intervene the situation. My last thing that I want to leave you guys with today is you cannot control what happens to you, but you can always control how you react and how you move forward. That's something that I live by and something that really helped me in the process, and I hope it can help you if you've gone through workplace bullying or bullying experience in general. Thank you guys so much for your time. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at my Jackson State email. Thank you.